Guys out with Origin, a couple of regular starters out injured, and then your kids come through and shine on a night like tonight.
Yeah, it's so much fun, those games. It's really enjoyable. We had a really good week preparing, and then you have belief in what they're capable of, but you're not sure, obviously, what's going to happen in the game. And it's really nice. I said Ted and Rad's outstanding. We've got 9 in our leadership group. We're down to 2. And how they were during the week and the way they played in the game, and then the boys just followed suit. You know, it was really good belief in who we are and also in the way that we played tonight.
What will a performance like that against a team most people would say are going to be the top 4 side, right? Like you've got guys who've been around the block like Makahesi Makatoa, and then at the other end of the spectrum you've got the Savalas and Vals of this world. What will that do for the whole belief in this club?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've said it before. The belief has been in us, and it starts with us, and then it'll spread, and that's and then it spreads to the other guys in the squad as well that come through, and they're not new. They've been around us for a long, long time, except for probably Maka, obviously coming in and doing an amazing job. But everyone else has been here for a long time, so it's good to see guys that have come through the grades get their rewards. And they bring the older guys' energy. I know how these guys felt this week. They're looking around and they're giving belief to those guys, and they're getting energy back from them just trying so hard. So, very pleasing.
Was that Hugo's best game at NRL level? Like his kicking game seemed to everyone seemed to cause him problems, and you half the time got a try out of it.
Yeah, that was. We just had a discussion there. He was very clear with what he was going to do in this game. And he spoke those words, and he got that result as well. You know, he was very clear on what his role was tonight for the team, and we needed it. And he set the tone there with him and Tubes.
When you get a performance like that from him, and then Sandon, I think back to Angles that day, we obviously know what Sammy can do.
Yeah.
Is it fair to look at this roster and go, maybe we can just rely on what we've got within?
Look, I think obviously we made that decision this year. We are.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we're doing here. All of these guys are products of our system for the most part, and you know, I think as much as any squad. So that path is going to continue.
And how much do you enjoy Xavier's try? Second touch. Not many props get that.
You wait your whole career and never get one of those.
Yeah.
You know, to get one of those open sort of tries, and I think he had a great front rowers carry, and then he scored a fullback's try. So it was a pretty nice minute and a half, I think.
Robbo, you've got Hugo, Savala, Sandon Smith. Sam Walker comes back soon. Some people would look at that and say, why do the Roosters really need Daly Cherry Evans? So what's your take on that?
Yeah, look, I've been really clear with my intentions, and I also don't think it's the right time to talk about that. I've been asked during the week, I've been pretty open about that, but on a night like tonight, to shift direction towards that, I don't think's the right time. I think it's right to celebrate the team and the players, but I've been really clear on our intentions, so that hasn't changed either.
To hear Robbo's pride when you're out there and these young fellas leading the way, how much, you know, what do you take out of that as a captain and leader of this group?
Yeah, I'm just super proud. I think every game this year we've started really well. We've put ourselves in positions to win, and then I think a second half we've, you know, against the Bulldogs we sort of let them back in. Against other teams we've sort of let that go, and I feel I was really proud against a good Sharks team. You know, they started to get a bit of momentum there, but we clawed back, and then we were able to get on top and score more points. So, you know, these guys are just getting their NRL career started, and you take your learnings from experiences. They haven't had many experiences, so I feel like these guys are learning so quickly, and it's important for me and Rads just to instill belief in them all week, and we back them to the hills. Let's go out and play footy, and you know, it's not going to be easy, but you know, with the amount of people we had out, all our leaders, these guys just took the challenge front on and went after it, and you know, it was just super proud of the way they handled that.
Robbo, Dominic Young played like he had a real point to prove. Has he sort of put himself in the frame to stay back up there? Or?
I think Dom played like he plays, you know. I think he played really strong. I think he did set the tone there at the start in how he wanted to carry, and then him and Mark were nice to watch out there and create some opportunities and finish great finish from those guys. And I just said it's a credit to him. It's been a tough month for him, and he's played 2 really good reserve grade games, and he's come back in and done the job really well for us. So it's it's a mark of his character to do that. So it doesn't say too much, but it was a real credit to him tonight.
It's a bit of a luxury when you've got, a state of origin player coming back in. You've got to probably leave one of them out next game, don't you?
Yeah, that's been the tough thing. I think people make assumptions about. It's like people think it's black and white. You don't like them or you do. Whereas, you believe in there's 6 guys there that really need to go into 5. And that's been tough. That's been a tough month for that. And someone's obviously not going to play, but that doesn't mean you don't believe in them. It's a really that's a common situation sometimes in coaching, but you have to make that choice.